Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Yep, still affected by that damn Las Vegas Super Bowl. You can't have a Super Bowl in Las Vegas and expect me to keep my voice. So that's where I've been the last couple of days. And I was in Vegas all last week. Obviously, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about it. It was an amazing experience, and we all saw the Super Bowl, and we saw how amazing that ended. So a lot to learn today, a lot of life lessons through that sports and entertainment. Let's cover some of that media like the media covers everyone else. I had a media run-in too. I'm gonna tell y'all that maybe today, maybe later. Stick around for it. But let's get into the show right now. The game, we saw it, sum it up. Don't want to do that just yet. I want Colin Cowherd to point out a specific moment, that coin flip, overtime, the decision to keep the ball, San Francisco 49ers, and how that made headlines, and supposedly that's why they lost the game. Listen to Colin Cowherd talk about Kyle Shanahan's decision.
There's a lot of logic that says take the ball. Let me lay it out for you. I have an A-plus offensive coach. I have an A-plus running back. I have A-plus playmakers and skill people. I would have taken the ball. Plus, both these defenses had been on the field a lot. There were 150 total plays. San Francisco's defense had just been on the field for 11 plays. They looked gassed. I get it. I don't have a problem with the decision. But what happens in the media too often is it becomes about the result. And that's where this anger, the headline today is how Kyle Shanahan lost the Super Bowl after winning the overtime flip. For the record, San Francisco, it worked. They had a 13-play drive. Brock Purdy got him down to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 15. It worked. But they had to settle for a field goal because Purdy, once again, couldn't handle the blitz.
Okay, so we heard what he had to say. You can make strong cases for both sides. Now, someone told me once, tell me if I'm wrong, that a coin flip is not even 50-50. Like if you flip a coin 2 times, it's not going to go heads and then tails, right? Depends on how many times you flip it. And if you keep flipping it, and I think they did this in the MIT study, it was like 51 point something percent, right? 51 and then pi, 51.314, right? So the point is, ain't nothing 50-50. Have you ever been on the field? Y'all know damn well, even if you guys are equally talented, equally coached, equally personnel everywhere, we're equal. It ain't 50-50. Somebody got the edge. So in this situation, let's talk about the decision, not the result. The decision was smart by Kyle Shanahan in this respect. My team is tired, boss. And when you know you have a tired team, I'm not talking about just defense. Tired team, it's better to run the offense out there. Everyone knows why. Because as an offensive player, you know where you're going. When you don't know where someone else is going, that adds to the level of fatigue. That's why day one of any camp, the defense is going to be better than the offense. Because all they got to do is see color, hit color, right? But then if you get synchronized as an offense, you guys start to roll well-oiled, you'll wear that defense out or you'll fatigue them. That's why all it takes is a quarterback to scramble twice, defense like this. Because not only are they running, they're thinking, where is this fool going? What is this play? Adjustment, wheel, check, no, Mike. Dog, offense just like, sad, hut, motion, go. They know where they're going. So what led Kyle Shanahan to making that decision to go with the offense that actually went up the field, they got into the red zone, made a field goal, was a smart decision. What made them do it is like, my team is tired and we can move the ball. Here's the problem with it. You are going to be relegated unless you're daring to 3 downs. You're not going to go forward on 4th down like they did in the red zone. We're going to kick a field goal. Now, the flip side makes you say, well, that's why you should have said defense first. Because now you get 4 downs. The 4th down is unlocked. Here's the problem with that. If you go out there and then you say defense first and then they score, now you're sitting there saying with 4 downs, you're like, yeah, that's perfect. Except, what if that pressure that everybody kept talking about with Brock Purdy, that he seemed to just laugh at and dismiss, what if now You put him on the field. I haven't heard people talk about this. You put him on the field in overtime in the first Super Bowl in Vegas ever. I don't know why that matters. And he got to go out there and win the game. You know how he wins the game? He got to go out there and get a touchdown, tie it. That's a little different. All I'm saying is maybe Shanahan didn't want to say this. He had that tucked away like, I ain't putting Purdy in that situation. I'm going to get him out there first. Let him get some points. Hopefully he get a touchdown. And then let's see them respond. Because we know how Patrick Mahomes is in those moments. He responds. Did you really want to find out for that time? Like Brock Purdy did in the NFC Championship game, go down there and drive. But it wasn't do or die like this. It was a little different in terms of what this pressure was. It's the Super Bowl, y'all. So I thought it was a smart decision. Then, obviously, you got to live with the results. But that's not how we roll. We don't want to live with those results. So let me just tell you what happened, why they really lost. It was simple. Greenlaw got hurt. Soon as he got hurt, Travis Kelce was like, He texting up there, it's going down, Taylor, it's going. Soon as Greenlaw got hurt, and I knew this is going to sound crazy. I need to start recording what I think and say during the game and then have receipts. I literally saw him. Did y'all watch Greenlaw for real before he got hurt? He was the hypest dude on the team. That didn't make me say he's going to get hurt. I said he's doing too much. Like every tackle, 30 yards running out. It's just a regular tackle. Scram. I was like, one, he going to be tired as hell at the end of this game. But two, he doing too much. But hey, he balling. So I was letting him live. And he was shutting down Kelce, etc. Then he tried to run on that field. I don't know if they're linked. I don't know if it's coincidence or there's causality. Point is, he was doing a lot, then he got hurt. That's when the Kansas City Chiefs offense started to unlock and the adjustments that they made because of that injury. Two, let's break down that McCole Hardman play. Simple. Everybody done broke it down 1,000 times. Let me tell you one thing. It's eye discipline. So we call it window dressing in football. That means when somebody goes in motion, it's window dressing because there's only two things you can do in football: run or pass, right? And my coach broke this down to me my rookie year because I was overthinking it, doing too much, getting caught up in window dressing. I'm lined up on the tackle. I see a receiver motion. I start to widen, like, they might run a reverse. They may stretch play on me. Coach is like, dog, they can only do two things: run or pass. Relax. And the second thing is they can only do it, I think it was 6 directions. Yeah, he was like, straight at you, straight back, left, right, left back, right back. He was like, that's all they can do, this. And 2 ways, run or pass. Relax, Wiley. And I was like, interesting, coach. Okay, so in that situation, you saw McCole Hardman, he broke their eye discipline. It was simple as that. He came in motion, came inside, and you were looking like, And if you're playing linebacker, you're like, threaten to my zone, threaten to me. And then, quick. The quick motion change of direction, it almost guarantees you leverage. So the way you play football is you break everything down into halves, including people, right? If I'm a pass rush against a big offensive tackle, I'm not going to go straight down the middle. I'm not doing that, right? I'm looking at Trent Williams. I'm like, nah, that's too much man. That's 340. Let me make him 170. You know how I do it? Get in that armpit, get half the man, do my moves, whatever it may take on half of him. Half of him doesn't exist. Half of him is what I'm attacking. All they need to get leverage is to go from here, break my eye discipline where I'm thinking, he's in my zone, and then he gets here. Once he gets here, I'm playing chase, I'm playing catch up, and all you got to do is throw him that ball with that leverage. Game over. Confetti falls. That's what happened. Simple as that. Last thing is, y'all knew it the whole game. You can't win on points. Even in football, you got to knock the champ out. And they just let him hang around. San Francisco was balling early. Look at the score. Is that 3-0? Is that 10-0? That ain't enough. You know, because in football, we counting 3s and 7s and 8s. You know what I mean? 2s as well. But the point is, y'all be looking at it like, they up 7, 8. That's one possession. That's nothing. 10, that's 2 possessions. That's nothing. Give me the ball 2 times and I'll just stop you 2 times. We winning. And that's what happened in that game. So, loved it. Great experience. This leads me to what we're going to start doing in terms of film breakdown, that dudes. I got this new machine. It's sick too. And I could just slow-mo it. I was playing with it yesterday. Let me stop again. And point is, a week or two, we're going to start breaking down some film on here. And boy, these itty bitties, I've been looking at itty bitties out here. Oh, parents, send me your film. It's coming. I'm going to help your kids out. These itty bitties, they're talented, but some of their form, little suspect. So what do y'all think of Cowherd's take, and what do you agree with or disagree with? Beat it up in the comments. And did you think Shanahan's lack of knowledge cost him and his players the Super Bowl? Let me break that part down because I ain't giving you enough on that. It's a wrinkle in there. Both teams get the ball, right? Not this whole you score, it's over the old rules. No. Because we want to see both teams get the ball. So that unlocks fourth down for the team that gets the ball second. It doesn't unlock it necessarily for the team that goes fourth. That was it. That goes first. That's it. So you can say, well, how dumb is that? You only got 3 downs. He had 4 downs. He just didn't feel the gun to his head like you would if you were the second team with the ball. Is that better? Pressure is a thing. Is that better to just tell another? What would you rather hear? Oh, go out there and score and you can win the game, or go out there and score or you going to lose the game? People react different. I think putting that on Patrick Mahomes, you're like, duh. Putting that on Brock Purdy, I don't want to raise my hand to do that. I think that's what justifies Shanahan's decision. All right, y'all, let's talk about this, because Charlamagne Tha God was talking about y'all. He was talking about y'all people. Not me. Not me. He was talking about y'all ain't got your own opinions. I got to plug in my phone, so excuse me, Dougie Fresh. Yes. He said, y'all ain't got your own opinions. I said, really? What do you mean? We sheep? He said, yep. Now, man, let's listen to what Charlamagne got to say about people who wake up and instead of thinking for themselves, they get into the group think.
What I started to realize is I started to see people waking up and they didn't even know what to think until they got on social media to see what everybody else was saying about something. And I don't ever want that. I want to wake up, see a topic, and have my own perspective on it. I think now, man, everybody's just engaging in groupthink. Like literally.
They're joining the groupthink first thing in the morning.
100%. I don't even think that they even be reading half of these stories. They'll see the headline, see what everybody else is saying about said headline, and then they just pile on. And I just realized early on, it's just not good for me as a creative, because literally it's just groupthink. Whether you realize you're being influenced by what people are saying on social media or not, you are. I literally did that last week talking about something. I was in the room and I said, yo, did y'all see what happened to X, Y, and Z? And they was like, that ain't even what happened. And I go, well, I ain't even read the story. But that's the truth. So think about how much that happens 95% of the time. And I'm in media. I'm supposed to read the story. Yeah. I didn't even read the story, but I just blurted it out like it was a fact. So it's just like, nah.
Yeah. I mean, look, first of all of us are guilty of this. Let's stop. All of us are part of this PC. You know, I call it PC. And you're only PC because of the CP. You're politically correct because of the cocktail party. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Get into a group. It could be the water cooler. It could be just in front of the school with your homies. It could be anywhere. All of us want to front like we're well-informed, whatever the conversations are. If it's rap music, you ever do this? Your boy like, oh man, you heard that new Nas? You be like, yeah, it was dope. Like, you ain't heard the new Nas. You heard the old Nas, and then when he catch you on, man, that ain't the new Nas, the old Nas. Oh, I thought that was the new one. He got another one out? Fool, you knew that. You just didn't know and didn't hear it. You just didn't know the song he was talking about. So look, we've all got caught in those little white lies they call them. Why gotta be white? We all been caught in those lies like, dog, you're just trying to keep the flow going. However, this is deeper. What Charlamagne is talking about, we're all guilty of that, but there's a deeper level to it. So another level that I think is worse than just being controlled by groupthink. Oh, woke up, Instagram said, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm going to do it then. That's what it is. Y'all know we read headlines. Y'all ain't reading the body of an article. I laugh at that all the time, especially when it's big news, especially when it's news affecting me or anybody I know. I'm like 99% of people ain't even going to read the details of this. So I hope you're not mad. Hope you're not affected. Hope you're not spazzing. You ever see somebody and you see them reacting to some news and you heard the news, you're like, I ain't even think about it like that. It wasn't that deep, but it's deep to that person. But to everybody else, we just shallow scrolling. We just getting through it. But let me tell you the level worse than being controlled by groupthink. It's actually controlling the group and telling them what to think. So we thinking about it from the perspective of like, man, I'm trying to fight this whole sheep, this whole herd of sheep trying to tell me what to think. you also got to look out for that shepherd. And that shepherd be in there with them sheep trying to hide, knowing damn well he bigger and smarter and better than that, but he trying to control the group. Ooh, a lot of that pandering going on here. All right, so shepherds blend in with the sheep when they know better, when they need to stand out and say, no, don't go that way. Instead, they'll go with them and then be acting like, yeah, this is great. And in their real lives, in their authentic selves, they know damn well it ain't right. It's a lot of those cats. They religified, they political activists. We see them all the time. I don't want to call out their names because nobody totality is this. But I've caught Al Sharpton before. I've caught some of these people on TV before. I'm like, you know damn well. Like, what's his name? Grump, the lawyer who always grabs the police victims of police violence and brutality. Grump, something, whatever. Sometimes he grabs a case, he know damn well he need to sit up there and say also, nobody deserves to lose their life, right? We get it. But you sure got to contribute to saving your own life. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell you? Whew. Sometimes I'll be watching them cases. I'll be like, is somebody going to say he shouldn't have did all that too? You know what I mean? Crazy. Nobody wants to say that, especially at the funeral. So here we go. Shepherds blended in with the sheep. I see it happens a lot of times. So I always tell you guys, and I'm going to keep these receipts to the day I die. Now, when I'm dead, don't y'all go through my stuff. Don't go on my phone. Don't go on my diary and start seeing who I'm talking about. But I got at least 5 household names that did exactly this. Tremendous influence. I say their name right now. You'd be like, damn, him would say exactly what everybody in the herd of sheep wanted to hear. Groupthink. Okay. And literally would text me. This is how you know how they crazy and gangster. They ain't even call me. They text me receipts, records, saying exactly the opposite of that. I'm like, dog, you ain't got to tell me. I'm always going to cut through and say what I feel. And I hope you do as well. But hey, I get it. It's consequences to doing that. But the point is, you literally are trying to blend in with the sheep when you know you a shepherd. You got that platform, that influence, and ain't going to say nothing. There's some frauds out there. That's why I don't follow nobody. Matter of fact, I'm not going to follow nobody on social no more due to Skip Bayless, just to show them. I ain't following y'all. No, in all seriousness, just be careful. I think the life lesson in this is just be careful, be discerning. They said it doesn't matter how smart you are if you don't stop and think. Okay? Catch myself sometimes just speeding through it, scrolling. Oh, yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah, talking. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Stop. Think. Don't let these people make you do all this stuff and crazy. And I'm starting to see an awakening. I'm starting to see people really saying more of what they believe, saying more of what they feel, because they realize 2 things. 1, lying about it ain't going to fix it. Pandering about it ain't going to fix it. And 2, I think the independence, all these platforms, I'm telling you, all these asteroids of individuals like myself and others out there, we keep making it easier for someone to say something unconventional, right? Something that is not deemed well received. All of a sudden you be like, yeah, but Marcellus said this, and yeah, D.L. Hughley said that, and yeah, Candace Owens said that, and yeah, okay, Tate said that, Andrew Tate said that. And yeah, so now you start like, the field is wider. So you don't feel so confined. You can make your moves and say what you want. But don't get caught up in that group thing. Nah, don't be PC because of the CP. Forget that cocktail party. Stop nodding like that, like you know everything. So do you have your own thoughts? Or don't lie? Do you wake up, let the gram tell you how to be, and the gram becomes your hippocampus? Remember when you learned that word in school? You felt smart as hell. Like, yeah, cerebellum too. And cerebrum. What are the other parts? I forget. So what do y'all think? People fear having their own opinion. Why? I know why. People fear having their own opinion because people don't like to be alone. It's as simple as that. That's not just alone physically, alone in terms of companionship, alone in terms of going with the flow. Like, you don't want to be over here by yourself. Weird, huh? There's some people built like that. But most people, where we going? You hear that a lot, don't you? You don't hear, how many times you heard where we going versus where I'm going? That part. And do you think most people in the world really doubt themselves like he said, and why? Let's get into that. Beat it up in the comments. All right, y'all. Last topic right here. Let's talk about class and race. Now, I remember there was a day when I used to tell people all the time, Look, y'all looking at this world and these socioeconomics a little backwards. I was like, y'all want to know what this world's about? Follow the money. Follow the money. Now, that doesn't exclude other variables and attributes. But let's start with the big fish, okay? Y'all talking about, this and microaggressions and all that. I hear you. You talking about racism. I was like, yeah. But there's one bigger. And you want to know why it's bigger? Because y'all know it's bigger. Listen to how we talk about money versus race. Race is so arbitrary in terms of I'm black, but then there are people blacker than me who ain't black. You don't believe me? Go to New York. You don't believe me? Go to the Dominican. I remember that time of my freshman year, I'm like, who's speaking Spanish darker than me? I swear, that was the first time I ever met a Dominican person. Maybe the first time I heard of the Dominican in the Republic. But I was like, y'all, he darker than me. He blah, 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 blah. I was like, golly. Then I knew. Then it was Puerto Ricans. Then I was like, I'm in love. I met the ladies. Oh, it was crazy. So here we go. Class versus race. It's good to hear. This is a friend of mine, obviously. Y'all hear him, then y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. I got lit up by people talking about class versus race. You negate racism. I was like, nah, it's just something bigger going on. Y'all don't believe me? Listen to my boy Van Lathan. Let's say he converted a lot bit. Let's listen to him.
I'll say this. This is another reason why, and people are really going to dislike me saying this, I'm starting to lean toward class being a bigger issue than race. When I say that, I don't mean a more sinister issue. Race and racism and sexism are the most sinister demons in America by far. But class penetrates even inside of intraracial bonds. There is a gigantic problem with classism and class power within Black people. And the more money that I'm starting to see get thrown into the Black community, the more we're starting to see this push-pull between the haves and have-nots that threatens our ability to coalition build inside of Black America. Like, to me, I see Black people that are choosing privilege, money, and power over their Blackness every day.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, Van and I have had discussions, debates, arguments. I don't know what else you want to call them. We didn't have what him and Nacho had. Whoa, that was a good moment in life. I just, like, Van has always been race. And I've always been class, if you make me pick one. Right now. I'm talking about right now. And every time I have the race discussion, I always say, this is the only rule I want to implement. I always say this. Right now. Don't give me the congressional acts of, don't give me Reconstruction. I said right now. We having this. I'm alive right now. You too. Let's talk about right now, okay? And if you can give me the race discussion straight up right now, let's talk. And I'll give you the class discussion right now. So what he said was interesting. I love it. Where I'm from, where y'all could be from, what do we always hear? When I make it, life's gonna be different, right? Now they try to squish that, they try to extinguish that aspiration by saying, oh, you still gonna be an N-word. But I'm like, huh? When I make it, life's different. You know when my life changed? It didn't change when my color changed, because my color ain't changed. You get it? Let's just logically follow. What really determines your success, your access, your resources, your level of happiness? Is it really your color? Is it your epidermis complexion? Stop it. You damn lie, you know it ain't. However, you take somebody like me, food stamps, welfare, give them some money. All of a sudden, guess who I'm around? Other people with money. And guess what happens? It starts to snowball. Guess what happens? I get things done on a way different scale than I could without any money. And I'm still Black. Yep. Real talk. Growing up, did I know any millionaires? Nope. Now I know many millionaires and even billionaires with an S at the end. How does that happen? Oh, you still an N word. Oh. I ain't changed my color. I changed my class. So when you start to look at the Forbes list and you see all the billionaires there, then you see sprinkled in there people like me. What changes? Like Jay-Z, let's use him as an example, right? From the projects, sold drugs, used that money, rap, now he's a billionaire, okay? We know that ain't the perfect road. We're not encouraging kids to go that road, right? However, who does he have access to now? What does he have access to now? I just saw yesterday, Wells Fargo has $1 billion investment, billion with a B, with TD Jakes. TD Jakes still black, blacker than me. All I'm saying is it's okay, because sometimes you use your race as the reason why you lose the race. When the race ain't about what color you are. Literally, I was just talking to a few people way richer than me, and they all look all different types. One was from Saudi Arabia, a couple were from the Bay Area, backpackers looking. Yeah, make that mistake if you think. Point being, we're in a room together talking about what can we do? How you gonna help the foundation? How can you help me in terms of amplifying what I'm doing in brand? Those conversations, and I swear, people get mad when you say this. If they care about my race, they must care about it after the race, after the conversations. If I care about their race, which I don't, but if I do, it never comes out. It's like, who cares? So all I'm trying to give you is a pecking order, and it's hilarious, and it's also heartwarming to hear Van, especially Van, because it was always race and then class. Yeah. And I used to say, dog, it's class. If you make it, you don't change anything but how much you got and what you have access to. Right now, I mean, what was that movie? Trading Places. Trading Places been proved this. You take the bum, make him a billionaire. Watch what happens. Hey, he's so cute. He can look bummy still. He's so cute. Oh, that's cool. You understated. Come on, y'all. Unlock it. So I'm just trying to decode from the bottom to the top, because y'all know I'm bilingual. I speak have and have nots very fluently, like that Dominican dude speaks Spanish, right? I am fluent in have and have nots. Y'all stop using this as the reason why you're not winning the race. Don't use race for that. It's still always an issue. We know. More for some than others. At the same time, if you really want to have the equalizer, you really want to nullify all other variables or mitigate them. Let's just get them to the smallest degree of importance. Really? Get you $1 billion. I know Byron Allen. Hang around Byron Allen and see how it go. See how many people walking up to him like, still an N-word. Yeah, right. Maybe. He went through his lawsuits and litigations, and guess what? White billionaires do too. Do you know that there's a whole litigation department for Facebook just because of Mark Zuckerberg getting sued every single day? You want to know how I know? Because I know one of the lawyers. I couldn't believe that was her job. I said, what's your job? I know you work at Facebook, you're a lawyer, but how much work you got? She's like, every day something comes across the desk. Mark Zuckerberg getting sued for. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to get with the program. All right, y'all. So tell me what you think of this. Do you believe it's class or do you believe it's race? Yes, we're going to be extreme on this one. Pick one, class or race, and break it down in the comments. I will read them. And then, what do you think of Van Lathan? For those who know Van Lathan, y'all know he racified and he went classified. And we all know what Martin Luther King, they all say, when he went from civil rights to silver rights, when he went from, hey, how y'all treat me, to, hey, how much y'all giving me, pow, that's how the game went. So break it down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all, coming up next on Never Shut Up, give y'all some of my Super Bowl highlights. I met somebody out there, oh, heaven. And phone up some comments, hit you with a Wileyism. Next on Never Shut Up, Brinks TV, my voice ain't that bad, and Reach TV, right? Ain't that bad. Y'all can hear it though, I was part of it. Goodness. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Y'all watching me on Brinks TV? Yes, if you are, you got 1,000 free Brinks bucks. Go to brinks.tv and check out what your boy over there building. It's going down. Also, make sure you support Wileywins.com. BetUS is in the building. Wileywins.com. We're going to start betting on some basketball because you know Clip City, Chip City, other than with Minnesota in town. We looking good this year, so we got to see what's going on. You know what's looking great this year? ProjectTransition.org. Have you donated yet? Have you helped the itty bitties, or are you just hoping they just turn out okay, right? You know, 75% of these kids growing up in single family homes in the underserved communities, you're like, oh, they're gonna be all right. You better give them $5 and let me do some work on them, or else they're gonna be in your door. They're gonna be in your window. They're gonna be moving real slow behind you at the yellow. Yeah, go. So never shut up. I'll hook y'all up with this book. Yes, I will. Y'all remember where that song's from. Nobody gonna remember that. Never shut up for all recurring donors. Please go support ProjectTransition.org. Okay, Super Bowl highlights. Everybody was out there. Everybody. All right, so your calendar looks crazy. And you're like, damn, I can't make all these events. So you triple booked, right? You're supposed to be at 2 o'clock. You're supposed to be at Verizon. Then you're also supposed to go check out the Amazon party. But you're also supposed to go see Michael Rubin's party. Then you're supposed to go see Jay-Z's party. And then Magic Johnson's party. And Cedric Entertainer's party. You know, you get it, right? That's really Super Bowl. Now, being an athlete, former NFL player, a lot of money to be made there, right? And I mean a lot of money. Like if you Peyton Manning and them kind of cats, good Lord. I saw Eli Manning. We both went to the Sebastian Maniscalco show, so we hung out before the show and after the show. Eli Manning and Sebastian, the family, everybody. Shout out to them. But those cats, I wouldn't doubt if they make $1 million that week. I can see how they can get close. Definitely. Me, I'm in the 5 digits. Like I've never made 6. Oh, actually, when I DJ'd, I did make 6 figures. And I'm getting back into DJing for that reason too. God dang, man! I saw some DJ Kygo or some Sports Illustrated party. He was good, but God, it's so easy now. They're not even DJing because EDM is the easiest form to DJ. Please don't take that disrespectfully. It's just always usually at 128, and they blend perfectly. They're really open-end bass beats. Boost, 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 boost. I just blended 2 songs right there. You catch it? Boost, boost, and now you hype. I know how to DJ for real. So I'm laughing like this dude probably getting $500,000, and he's sitting up there blending here and there, and then he cut it off. He dropped, and he go like this. Oh, this next song we got going. I was like, they ain't even got a man. I was just sitting there jealous and loving life. Like I'm coming. I love y'all. So I saw all of that. Now, were there a lot of fine girls out there? It was a lot of women out there. There's a lot of working women out there. You can just tell, like, oh God, I'm not that cute. You know what I mean? A lot of that. The fakeness, the booties, y'all need to stop. Like somebody got to get a better mirror. That mirror is broke. Like as soon as you see somebody, oh, come on. Like you can't, like who could take her seriously? I'm dying laughing, my boy. So I knew my boy Rory was there. A gang of my homies were there. And we didn't see each other a lot because I'm going to events. And I'm also only going to a party with a purpose. So I got to know who's throwing the party or I know who's going to be there. You know, I'm trying to build this foundation up. I ain't just going somewhere to pop bottles. You know what I'm saying? So they were. I ain't mad at them. But every time I saw them with somebody, I was like, ugh, come on, man. Is that the pool of fish we're fishing with right now? So it wasn't that fresh. And I guess dudes don't look fresh either, too. But it was fun. Like, you know, I go like everywhere. You see somebody, you say what's up. What I like is, it's one of the few places where no matter what level of star you are, you gotta just be in the mix with everybody else. And more importantly, you can't be over cool. If you over cool, you're gonna look so out of place. Cause it's too many of us. Like you ain't special. Like you fresh and everybody know it, but you ain't special. It's a gang of y'all over there. So one of my favorite moments was I saw Eddie George and Jerome Bettis. We got to kick it. GE, shout out to GE. And it was fresh because they were walking to me and just, when you ain't seen somebody in a while, but you played with them or they your homies, we were all friends, just ain't seen each other. It's like that football roar, like, what? He starts, that's where my voice went. All that. Those, not the club as much and the speakers, just that. I got the hype. I'll give you my favorite moment of the whole weekend. And it's random, but y'all got to walk with me. I'm at the Legends party. Shout out to Ron Foster throwing a great party. It rained on this party. I know it was going to be epic, but that rain, and it was outdoor, indoor, it's kind of weird, but still, we were in there getting it. And this guy was like, what's up, man? How you doing? He's like, respect. And I was like, respect, all right? And I'm just thinking he's a fan or something. And I was like, yeah, so what's your name? He was like, Eric. I was like, oh, cool. Nice meeting you, Eric. Marcellus Wiley. He said, yeah, I know. And then I was like, oh, cool. I never want people, I don't want to assume like I'm somebody to somebody. So then I'm like, Eric, yeah. He's like, yeah, I played before. I said, really? I said, when'd you play? He was like, 80-something, 90. I was like, yeah, what's your last name? He was like, Metcalf. I feel it now. Y'all know I was a running back. So Eric Dickerson, my favorite running back growing up. And then my favorite running back all time playing against, et cetera, was Barry Sanders. Best running back ever. So I'm a Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson dude. Everybody else, move over there. And right there, those are my two. And then there was one. If you ask me who's my wild card, just my fresh one, like, forget everything else. He just was dope to watch. Eric Metcalf. And I never in my life seen Eric Metcalf anywhere, ever. He was before Marshall Faulk, before LT. Eric Metcalf? He had that, like, Napoleon Kaufman is another one in that vein for me. But just like, when you watch him, you literally doing this. Holding your breath, because them suckers could score anytime. So I got to see Eric Metcalf. Love for that. That changed my whole week. When he said Metcalf, I literally let his hand go and ran. See, Jack Daniels will make you do that. But I ran and was screaming like, Eric Metcalf. It was like a childhood dream realized that you never thought would ever happen. I was like, Eric Metcalf? Next level, dog. All right, it's time to funk up some comments. Yeah. We were talking about racism with Andrew Tate last show we did. What was that, 2 weeks ago? And here's a comment. So why was the N-word wrote on LeBron James' gate in Brentwood? Do you think that person wrote that, forgot he had money? Okay. See, this is one of the toughest issues we have in discussion. We always bring an anomaly, an outlier, an example, and then act like it's a rule. Okay, that's one. LeBron is not the richest person in the world, and not close, if you really want to get there. He rich as hell, but you know how far away he is from other black people. You know how many of the other black billionaires, because like, how much you got, LeBron? Oh, cute. Which pocket got that? Here you go. Get out my face, right? They could buy away LeBron's net worth. Mine, please. I'm in a pinky toe lint, right? So that's the point. But here's my real thing. And I'm not trying to go into no crazy conspiracy, but let me just say this, because I don't like calling somebody a liar when they tell them the truth. I hate that feeling, because there's been times I've told the truth and people be, you lying? I was like, okay, I don't even want, I'm exhausted right now. I'm not going into this. However, I find it impossible to believe that someone wrote an N-word on LeBron James's gate and he ain't take a picture of it and he ain't show the world. Two reasons. One, who wouldn't? Like, if I guarantee you, if I go outside right now, I see N-word on my gate. Like, not for the gram, for recording this, for the police, for the lawyers, for whatever may come, I'm going to have this. When you get into an accident, what happens? Phone out. We used to be like, can I get your driver's license? Now you got your phone out. Just show it. Picture, showing, filming, everything under. What'd you say? I even put audio record on when the police pull me over. Every time. Audio record. Leave my phone right there. You're going to at least hear my side, right? Anytime I get into an accident, audio recorder. Saved me one time. This sucker tried to make up some stuff. I literally asked. I remember asking. I had a Rolls Royce. And I was, because ambulance chasers. So I'm like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I said all of that stuff. And then started to smell around, look around. I was like, wait a minute, there's money here. And then they tried to sue me and get me. No. Had that record device going for me. They were like, So the point is, you think LeBron had an N-word on his gate and didn't show the world? Maybe he got the picture and didn't want to show the world. I don't know. And you think the person that wrote that forgot he had money. I could really play semantics here, and I'm not going to do this. But let's just say, if it did happen, do they have to be white? Could it be a lot of N's, a lot of N-words coming out of brothers, black people? I don't know. It's almost like if you're in Brentwood, probably Probably. But I don't know. It's a hard pill to swallow. Like, that happened, really? And as much as LeBron would have loved to prop up, this is a moment. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. I'm LeBron James, and I can't escape that. Now, I don't know before or after, because I know LeBron has security, right? And I know where he lives, so I don't know. Just kind of tough. Not even the security guy would have took the pick. Okay, y'all go through that one if you want. All right, what else we got here? Funking up some comments. To keep things short on the racism topic, rich people, especially African Americans, have no problem with racism because they benefit from the system. It's been that way going back to slavery. The African Americans that worked in master's house, free or who owned slaves of their own, didn't care about slavery because they benefited from it. That's exactly how most, if not all, how rich African Americans view majority of African Americans living in poor conditions. And the system is designed that way. No rich African American wants to risk losing his money speaking out on the system. I know what you mean. I think you're conflating some things. You didn't have the same freedoms in slavery. So to say that those people weren't mad at the system or just were like happy with it, they were stuck too. Like now, nobody's stuck. Say what you want, you ain't stuck. So that's one level of racism that's already been extinguished. Like you're not stuck. Go where you want to go. America don't give a damn about that. This whole system stuff, right? I don't know, y'all. Most money I was ever given was from a white person. I had to work. I had to play some football. Off of the field, the most money I was ever given was by a corporation owned by more white people. Most money I was ever directly given was by an Asian person for the foundation. Yeah. All I'm saying is, if you show up with value, you can rig the system, right? The system doesn't do the rigging. You can rig the system, right? Just be born to the right person, right? I go to school with all these rich kids. I know their daddies are famous, you know? I go to school with Jay-Z and his kids. Hey, y'all want to see how they living? It's kind of fresh. Oh, but they still, he don't care. Why doesn't he care? Because he got it? That is like some haterade. That is like some losing mindset. They don't care because they got it or they benefited from it. So you just made the point. If the system is so rigged, how he make it? Well, they always gonna let a few in. A few? It's a lot. What we don't do well enough in the AA community is highlight how many rich people that don't ball, that don't rap. I always say that, and Lord's my witness. I used to talk about this with the mayor of Compton, my girl Asia Brown, former mayor. I was like, we need to highlight executive C-suite levels, whoever. I know cats just balling and they quiet, they chilling. Nobody talk about them. They got dough, right? And they look like us. And stop saying they forgot us or the system and like regardless, there's hurdles in the path for everybody. Learn the technique to get over them most effectively, most efficiently. All right, let me get off this topic, goddamn. They're gonna think I'm a sellout. Marcellus don't care. Yeah, I care too much. That's my problem. I think we're slowly learning that it's more than just race, but never forgetting that it matters more than many. I just want to see action. I want to see people who actually care do something about it, not just occasionally talk about it and get nothing accomplished. We need to learn more. The goalposts aren't moving. It's just the wind is a little stronger now. Oh, poetic. I really don't think that it ever was number one race. I really believe it was number one money. Why? Because our own people sold us to white people to come over here. Because they was trying to get paid. Them Africans was trying to get paid. They were selling anything. And we were the thing. Simple as that. I don't normally agree with Andrew Tate, but this clip, he was on point. Maybe not worded perfectly, but pointing out economics and racism go hand in hand. It's a great point. All right, get to the Pro Bowl. Been dead for years. Let's get the athletes' kids to play their dad's roles and see what happens. yeah, nobody feeling the Pro Bowl. I ain't doing that. Hip hop. Appreciate topics you covered today. It will be a slow and lazy week for sports media. Have some questions for you in chat after watching today. Is hip hop corporatized? If that's a word, I assume it is. If not, what do you envision a corporatized hip hop to look like? Why don't we have enough conversations about class? Oh, we just had one. How are you able to have grounded conversations about controversial topics while sounding relatable and not stuck up or crazy? Much love and take care to everyone. Okay, let's start with the first one. Is hip hop corporatized? There's a business of hip hop that Russell Simmons was there day one, like day two at the latest. He black. He could have corporatized means, are we gonna make money off of you doing services that we can't do and make more than you because we got the money? Yeah, that's every business, right? If I invest in lemonade stands, I'm not making lemonade. No, I'm not. I'm gonna try and work a deal where I make as much, if not more, off the lemonade. Especially if we expand and scale. Oh, you owe me way more than you gonna get. You gonna get yours, but I'm gonna cut into it. It's called dilution. Oh, you own 100% of that? No, I'm about to dilute that because I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna invest in it. 30% of it is mine for $1 million. Damn, it's a lot of lemonade stands everywhere, right? I ain't made no lemonade. Then all of a sudden we got 12X. Oh, good. Guess who's getting paid for not making lemonade? All right, so in hip hop always took the people from the neighborhood, from the hood, and said, hey, here's a mic. Now your voice is louder. People hear you. I said, a hip hop, all that. And then they start going into more stuff. Because why? One, people get bored with success. So whatever's working, a creative is always going to add another layer. So we can't just talk about mama's eating chicken and collard greens. Like, we got to do something else, right? So, ooh, I know what we do. We talk about the homies. Oh, I know what we do. We battle the homies. Oh, I know what we gonna do. We talk about the ladies we get. No, I know what we gonna do. We talk about the ladies that stuck up and we can't get. No, I know what we gonna do. We're gonna talk about the police. Nah, I know what we gonna do. We're gonna talk about killing the police. Nah, I know what we gonna do. You know what I mean? It's not hard. Now, problem is when you see something working, a lot of times gremlins, I call them gremlins, copycats. They just do the same thing over and over, and they not as good at it and not as skilled, and that's when everyone gets off it. Like, oh, that's whack. Why is it whack? Because too many sorry people doing it now. So how do you make your own money in hip hop? Everybody I know that's a rapper, everybody I know, they gotta hit the streets. They all build up their catalog to hit them streets and hit the road and special engagements. Snoop, Lil Wayne, the homies, they make a lot of money just being places and rapping. Same songs, don't matter. As long as you got a catalog, especially if you got classics, great, because then everybody's universal with that. You do your new stuff. If it's hot, the little kids like you, it keeps you rolling. Point is, you got to hit the road. It's a business proposition, and the big boys own it. They got in there first. They invested in it heavily, and they gave out deals. Master P has made a ton of money off of this. Ice Cube making a ton of money off of this. A lot of people made money off of this, but there's a lot of people who didn't rap one bit, sell any lemonade, and made a ton too, way more. That's how the game goes, y'all. So own something, damn it. What do you think I ain't at Fox for? I can't own Fox. I own Brings TV. Got my slice. That's life. That's what I'm talking about. All right, what else you saying this? You said some good points. You asked me, we had a conversation about class. Oh, grounded conversations. Why I don't sound stuck up or crazy? I think the key, no lies, one, I do actually respect both sides. That's why y'all always be like, pick a side, Wiley. I'm like, I'm not picking a side. Not on most things, because it's pretty obvious that side has some points and that side has some points. Here's the thing, but how do I stay grounded? Simple. I don't root for anything. These are just ideas. These are just formulas, formulaic success, determination, desire, how you gonna work, what you need to do. This is just my version of what you need to do to become the best version of you. It doesn't mean it's law. And when you say something against it, I'm not going to beat you up and beef with you because we disagree. Now, I am going to certainly try to win my points, and you're going to certainly try to win yours, and it may get a little contentious, but I stay grounded because I actually respect the other side. I actually respect what's coming my way. I actually listen to it and be like, got something in there. Or got a lot in there, or you got me, you're right. So a lot of people don't do that because they're not secure. They think their ideas is their identity. I never think that. I don't care how wrong I am. My wife, this is one of the things my wife loves about me. She's like, Marcellus don't care if he's right or wrong because he know what he feels. So if I'm wrong, I'm like, okay, why do I gotta feel bad because I'm wrong? If you play basketball, you miss a shot, you feel bad? Do you know there's, in the history of basketball, not a single person has ever went without missing a shot? So all I do is look forward to the next shot to make. That's life. Same thing in life. When I do something and I bump against it, oh, What's next? And people get mad at that because they be like, oh, you got to act like your life over. No, I don't, fool. You know when I'm going to act like my life over? When it's over. Damn it, I'm gone. All right, y'all. You know how we finish every show with a Wileyism voice. I'm not arguing. I'm explaining why I'm right. That goes perfectly for what I just said. I'm not arguing, y'all. I'm just explaining why I'm right. Oh, this happens so often. I know it happens to y'all. When you're just talking to somebody and you can see, like, everyone has different emotional currents, you know, like what's your frequency? Like, what stirs you up? For me, what stirs me up is when you know better. If I'm talking to somebody and they know better and they acting like they don't, oh, I get hot. That could be my son, my kids, anybody. I'm like, dog, you know you don't leave your shoes right there. I'm like, you know better. So anytime I can answer while we talking, you know better, I got to watch myself because I get stirred up. What's yours? But the point is, even when we discussing something, we going back and forth, I'm not arguing. I'm explaining why I'm right. And then you can prove me wrong. I wish we had better discourse in this world because so many of these problems are not really problems. It's just punks on different sides. I saw that growing up, gangsters. I was like, y'all some punks. Always, what's up? What's up? What do you think this means? You don't own none of that. And I was scared. Don't get it twisted. Like, they were some punks, but they punked me too. But they doing this and they doing this. Next thing you know, back, off of this? Negro, do you know that this is peace? Do you know this is 60s? Do you know this is Hoover? Them fingers look a lot alike. You gonna kill me because my finger, I messed peace up? Man, damn. It's like, I done seen it all, y'all. So don't get into these arguments. Just explain why you're right. And then be open enough to take an L because somebody else may be right and you're wrong. That's it. Have a little fun with it. It's a way of looking at it. Kobe Bryant said it too about how he plays basketball. He's like, dude, I just looking forward to the next shot. No matter what happened with that shot, made it or missed it, I'm looking forward to the next shot. Look forward to the next opportunity to learn or unlearn. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Surprised I got through it. Thank y'all, man. Love for you guys. Keep it going. Project Transition, Brinks.tv, BetUS, WileyWins.com. This is a long-ass show. I must have missed y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. I know I will. Boy.
Stage a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong. And as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. let's invest in each other because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.